If YouTube and I tube, then isn't it us tube?
The way that you wander is the way that you choose. The day that you tarry is the day.
Hey everyone, welcome to Backpacking with Buckley. Today I'm doing a little day hike with a purpose, and that purpose is number one is to tell you a little bit about how and why I YouTube. Number two is to explain to those that are my age or older why it's important to support your favorite YouTubers. And number three, as you see I have the Waymark mile on my back, is to give you guys a little sneak peek on how you might be able to win one of these things with an epic holiday giveaway coming up. So without further ado, I'm going to find a little place to start a little twig fire in my solo stove, make some coffee, and tell you guys all about it. I saw the time you farted on screen. Don't you have any shame? All right, happy late Thanksgiving to everybody. I wanted to throw a little thanks out to a few people while we're on the topic before we get started. Number one, my snack today is raisin cream pie, which we love you, Grandma Caroline. She passed away, but I learned her recipe and it brings me a little closer to her every Thanksgiving. So it's my last piece of pie and I'm sharing it with you today. Secondly, I want to thank Mark from Carbs Outdoors for sending me some chaga, which I will be making tea with at some point, but I couldn't find my honey packets today. Thanks, Mark. And then Mark and the kids at DMS Adventures sent me a sticker in which I haven't reciprocated that. So Mark, I'll get a sticker sent back to you, and thanks for sending me one. Love your channel. Thirdly, thank you to 12 Stones Adventures. I won a giveaway from them, $50 gift card to backcountry.com, in which I spent that entire gift card on Peak Refuel, and you fed me on my Kentucky trip. So thanks a lot. Thanks to everybody for always being great friends. It's a big part of why I YouTube, which is a perfect segue to how and why do I YouTube? These kids think they're going to be YouTube stars when they should be getting a job in the coal mines. All right, let's dig into today's topic, shall we? Why YouTube and how do you YouTube? And this is a topic that I am going to discuss specifically pertaining to me. Number one, why do I do it? The simple short version is there are a lot of different reasons. Probably the most important being that I wanted to start a memory video scrapbook for my family, something for myself and my friends to watch when I go on trips, kind of my version of just that, a scrapbook, and really enjoy watching memories back when I go with friends and things like that, which is probably the second reason I love YouTubing, and I didn't know it until I started a channel, was that I have made a community of friends that is larger than I would have ever expected. And more importantly, I have made friends that are genuine and truly awesome. Sometimes you spend a lot of time in a car with people, Rob Pelton. You spend a lot of time on trail with people, and regardless of your background, friendships form quickly and strongly. So YouTube has been phenomenal for that reason, and I didn't expect that. And then the third and final reason, it'd be stupid of me to not be brutally honest, is obviously we want to grow as channels. For me, it's more like it's nice to get recognized by maybe a few gear companies here and there and get a few free pieces of gear to review, which makes it easy on those of us that aren't making any money on YouTube. And as a matter of fact, most of us spend copious amounts of money on our YouTube channels. So none of us are coming out ahead in this game. So yeah, getting a little attention. It's always good to get affirmations from others, and it also grows my community of friends just with the comments and all the interaction that YouTube provides. Reason number two. It's hard to remember three things. Oh, reason number two. How do I YouTube? Well, let's start with the nitty-gritty, which is equipment. You're watching me through a cell phone, and I do 95% of my videos on this very cell phone. It is 4K capable. I can do some pretty interesting things with it, and I like it. So cell phone works for me, and I'm standing here holding an inexpensive tripod, which I think is another essential piece of YouTuber gear. And you can get those anywhere from probably $10 to $100. So equipment's simple. I use a cell phone, a drone, and a tripod. And the only essential thing you would really need would be a cell phone. Obviously, sky is the limit on artistry and equipment that you can purchase to make your cinematography better. But I find that for my C-rate editing and channel, a cell phone works great. The other fear factor may be editing, and I can tell you firsthand, part of the reason I'm talking about this is because I want to prove that anybody can have a YouTube channel. Editing is probably the scariest thing to think about. How do you put all that together and tell a story? First and foremost, my best advice is practice. Just try. You get better every single video. So I started at an F rate, and I've worked my way all the way up to probably a low to mid C. But I use a little program that's an actual phone app called InShot. It's super inexpensive. They have a free version and like a $3 a month version. And it is a primitive app in comparison to Adobe or some of the things that they may use in Hollywood and things. But if you watch back some of my videos, maybe I'll link a couple of my better ones somewhere along this video, so that you can see kind of how my transitions work, how I can put in music. I can do some narration once in a while. A lot of different things you can do on just a simple cell phone app. And if you're technically capable, you can do a ton of awesome things by using programs like Adobe. So again, the thing is, just don't be afraid. Try one of the cell phone apps that are kind of good for people like myself. I'm 45 years old and have never edited a video in my life before I started YouTube. But while we're on the topic of 45-year-olds, listen to you, old people. I got a message for why YouTube's such a big deal out there on the internet.
I heard all they do on the YouTube is play video games and say the swears.
All right, old folks, listen up. Talking to you. So what's this World Wide Web all about, huh? I shouldn't tease at my age, but part of the reason some of the older folks don't really understand YouTube is because it maybe haven't ever been explained why it's important to support YouTube and why all them whippersnappers are watching it. Number one, I'll proclaim that since I started a channel of my own, it's become my primary form of entertainment because it's like a limitless encyclopedia of anything you would ever want to know. So YouTube, and why you support channels is, A, the larger they grow, the more potential they have to create better content because they might actually make a little money to support their channel. And how you do that, old timers, is you hear everybody say the famous words, like and hit that notification bell, and subscribe. Subscribe means, think of it like a TV guide. You're going to be a subscriber to that channel. It's free. And if you hit the bell next to it, the notification bell, every time their video comes up, you're going to get a little, think of it like an email or a notification stating that Backpacking with Buckley has a new video out, so you can go watch it. So you don't have to search for it on YouTube. So it's important to you so that you can watch your favorite content. I don't know why I'm belching. I haven't had my snack yet. Secondly, it's important to us YouTubers because, like I said, the more support we gain, the more people like our content, the more likely we are to continue to create it, not only because of, mental reasons, but because of financial reasons. Some people do make some money on YouTube, and if you make a little bit, generally speaking, we're so passionate about it, we put it right back into our channels. So hopefully I've taught a little bit to you older folks, my generation and up, on why kids like it. I didn't mention that a big part of the reason they like it is because there's a more genuine connection. Things are a little bit more raw. Obviously, people like me are small time, so you can actually probably reach out and get a hold of me and talk to me. Even some of my favorite big YouTubers, I've actually met in person, and they're super humble, normal human beings. So that's why I love YouTube. Is it's a connection, it's a community, it's a great thing. So try it out. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for your favorite channels and see how much easier it is for you guys to reach the content you desire. Well, that's all I got for you, old folks. It's always weird when you're sitting here in front of a camera all by yourself trying to figure out like which angle you look coolest from. So I'm trying a few angles today. Maybe I'll catch my best. Speaking of old folks, I have no idea what topic I'm on as far as numbers go, but I do remember what topics I told you we'd discuss. So I think it brings us to our last topic, which is a teaser on how you can win a Waymark Mile pack. I'm not going to tell you a lot of details other than stay tuned. I just described how you may be able to find out when more details will come from my channel. But I will tell you this, that there is a large gathering of YouTubers that are going to do their best to give back by giving away swag for the holidays. There's a spider dangling in front of my camera. I hope I caught that. Anyway, so stay tuned to Backpacking with Buckley, and you may see from some of your other favorite YouTubers out there that there's going to be a big giveaway coming up in December, and details to come. But you probably read between the lines what I'm giving away. So anyway, I want to make this video short. Hopefully I taught you a little something in a little bit of time. And as always, I appreciate you joining us here at Backpacking with Buckley. Without further ado, be yourself. Be happy. We'll catch you on the next adventure, everybody. See you soon. Pie.
I Googled you on the YouTubes.